Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show, The Power of Healing Your Energy show. I'm Christine Gold with 24 Karat Healing, and today is a fun show, a one-off show, oh my goodness, what am I going to do now that my guest can't make it on show? You know what? Life happens, and are you ready for the task? Are you ready to show up? So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and just show up. So here I am. Here we are. Teddy says hi. Anyways, I just wanted to, ask about your summer. What are your summer plans? If you're live, say hello. If you're first timer, say hello. If you're on the replay, say hello. And if you listen via your favorite podcast, please send me a message and say hi. If you really enjoy what we're sharing, what we're doing every week, sometimes twice a week, depending on what's going on, I would be so honored if you left a review and a rating on my podcast as well, or just share it out. Because really, the more we share, obviously, the more we heal, the better we are collectively. So I just thought, let's have fun. This is season 2, episode 37, Ask Me Anything. So have you ever had, maybe something's come up in regards to your life, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, physically, whatever it is. And maybe you have asked for guidance. Maybe you have asked for advice from people, but maybe you have asked from your collective and you don't feel like you're really getting the answers per se, but really, it's just about patience and having fun. And hello, dear Krath. Thank you for being here. It was so nice meeting you earlier today, and hope you're doing well. And hi, Tanya. So nice to see you again. Hopefully the weather is lovely in Edmonton. I believe it's pretty warm there. I have some friends in Alberta and Saskatchewan. They're saying it was like 32 degrees the other day. So enjoying your weather. Yes, I hope so. Yeah, ask me anything. Whether, what to do in your summer. I mean, our solstice is 5 days away. I can't believe that the summer officially is in 5 days. So, I always ask everybody, what are your summer plans? What is it about summer that you love? Was it from childhood? Maybe you can share with me. I just know for me, summer, I always go back to the childhood. We were always outside. We were always on our bikes and we had a cul-de-sac. So we kind of ran the neighborhood in a way because you know what? Coming in the house meant, oh, you're bored? Here's something to do. Here's some chores. And we're like, no. So we spent our time outside, the water, by the pool, lots of times. I mean, I have multiple sunburns to prove it, which please wear sunscreen, guys, or keep it covered up. So, just riding bicycles, ice cream. I was an ice cream vendor too. I remember that. So I'm sure, this summer looks a little different, especially last year. I'm sure it looked completely different depending on where you are in the world. And maybe it didn't look different at all. But really, summer is a time to relax and let go and unwind and just, I imagine us all laying in a hammock and just staring up at the sky. Maybe our eyes are closed and we're just enjoying that summer breeze and the birds and the trees and just being, not doing anything. There's no to-do list. There's no nothing. It's just us being in the present moment. So I guess that's, because that's around the corner. So what are your plans? My plans are to absolutely relax. In fact, this might be the last show for the season, depending on next week and the week after. Because, I've noticed just around me, things are changing. People are not getting their messages. Wires are getting crossed. Obviously, Mercury retro is still playing a role. So as well, there was another death in my family. So I'm being called to step up. I'm going to help my father with his sister's things. So that's where I'm going to be next week, and maybe even the week after. So like I said, this might be my last show for the season, and that does not mean I'm not coming back. That just means that I'm unfortunately going to be away for a bit. But I did do the promo up for season 3, and I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty pleased with myself because I do make all the graphics, and you're probably thinking she should be a graphic artist. Well, yeah, no, I like to have fun and be creative, but I'm not a graphic artist by any means. I just like the imagery. So it will be starting, season 3 starts September 1st, 2021. So I'm so excited about that. And I'm just going to have a look and see who my first guest is. You'd think I'd remember that. You know what? It might just be me, but I've got some amazing people coming on, talking about Scarlet Letter, energy work, shamanism. I mean, it's all in the field. And that's what a lot of us are talking about, thinking about collectively. We know better, we do better, right? I was actually listening to Alberto Villoldo's masterclass on shamanism and waking up. So, and you know what? I'm not going to get into that because that's going to probably be another, like a whole hour show, because there's so much to share with that. It's not just one thing that's going on here. Tanya's just saying, very windy today. Yeah, let's see. It's blue sky, a little bit of wind, but wind is always a symbol of Mother Nature's just sweeping things out that no longer belong. And that's how I see wind, just to clear things away, kind of like water in a sense. Karath, you're totally inspirational, and thank you for boosting my energy. You're welcome. And you are an inspiration too, my friend. Thank you so much. Neighborhood soccer game on the street, going to the seaside. Yeah, playing soccer. I love playing baseball and basketball. Thank you for reminding me about the sports, the sporting aspect. If anything, baseball was always near and dear to my heart. I've got all the sprains and twisted ankles to prove it. But yeah, going to the sea, being in the water is good no matter what time of year is, unless it's frozen. But I know people that go in it when it's frozen. So, and Tanya's just sharing, I was planning on going to BC for the summer, be closer to my dad, get a job, live in the RV for the summer, come back to Alberta in the fall. Nothing is panning out so far, so feeling anxious as well with my music. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm sending you lots of love there. I am in BC, so I do feel that everybody, especially the Albertans, they love to come to British Columbia. I know that for a fact because I was one of them, right? So your plans are absolutely happening. I'm just hearing that there is no timeline. Because we do get attached to things when we want them to manifest. Why isn't it happening? Then we start beating ourselves up. And then if there's things that are not working out, there's a reason for it. It's protection. You're being redirected, readjusted. That's what I wanted to say. So, and just, you know what? I think everybody's in a bit of a funk too, because I'm hearing this feeling, just, we need to shake things up, I guess is what I'm saying. We need to shake things up. We're maybe feeling bored. We're feeling tired. Is this ever going to end? Just collectively, I think that's in the air as well. And we just want to go and just be free and have fun and be our childlike selves. So please, stay with the music, because I know that's near and dear to your heart. So, and I'm going to say some prayers for you as well. And living in the RV, that's interesting because I am searching for one as well. And I've already put it out there. I'm taking it on the road in regards to healings and mediumship readings and such. Going to be a nomad. So I feel that spirit in you as well. And it will happen. Okay, Tanya? So just have faith and patience and knowing it's happening in your absolute highest good. All right. I truly feel that. And she's just saying she's feeling so out of place. I feel like I need direction or clearing. Well, I feel like we just kind of, gave you a direction. And the path is never laid out for you. The path is, you were all here for a reason. I definitely was reminded of that. We are rebuilding the human as we know it. So there's upgrades, there's activations. I know the Schumann's resonance was total whiteout the last day or two, meaning we're getting huge crystalline activations, huge downloads. Many of us might feel a little scattered, or maybe want to do a million things at once, or maybe we're feeling very lethargic. I mean, everybody has different symptoms when it comes to ascension and upgrading. I mean, it's like your computer, if you want to put this, in that sort of way, getting an upgrade. It takes time. Those window updates, right? They take a long time sometimes. Sometimes it's like a day. So we really have to be more patient with ourselves. Definitely writing it down, and maybe really write a story about how this is going to happen for you, and then let it go. Or you can burn it away, or you can have, invoke a prayer, or you can make an affirmation or a mantra or a decree out of this. Really just making it part of who you are, but not attached to it. So we really have to be open to everything and attached to nothing, meaning it will happen in perfect timing. And I know no one likes to hear that when they're trying to make plans, but the ego likes to make plans. And then when it doesn't go, then it beats you up. So we're not going to be in the corner anymore, having the boxer punch our guts out, right? We're going to protect ourselves, knowing that we're fully protected, fully loved, fully capable to receive whatever comes in. Whatever comes in, whatever that, and it might not be what you want it to look like as well. It's going to come. I feel like it's going to come just out of the blue. Everything is just going to drop in. And when we feel anxious and we have anxiety, then that's when things unravel more. So we really have to pull back and go, okay, where's this coming from? Am I trying to control the narrative? Or am I saying, whatever comes into my experience, I'm going to allow it and fully see it and fully be it and let it go. That's true freedom. Yeah, and Tanya's just saying, yeah, darn ego. Exactly. I feel you on that. Hello, Patty. So nice to see you. And yeah, bring the party back into our world. Absolutely, Karath. I totally feel that one. Let's have a party, but not just virtually. We're going to have them in person. Okay. Hi, Miss Marcia. So nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Sending you love. And you're welcome, Tanya. I'm sending you so much love as well. Sadhna. You're never late. It's always, like they say, perfectly timed, but I appreciate you coming back and listening on the replay. And Karath is just saying, let the inner light shine for the outer world. Yeah, it absolutely does. And the more we wake up from the nightmare, which has kept us in this illusionary dream. Yeah. And I feel like I'm going to share a class about shamanism and the Anunnaki as well. Just getting all these different things coming in, but I really need to prepare for it because some of this is deep stuff. So this is deep stuff. So yeah, it is. Ask Me Anything show. So if you have a question, if you have a comment, if you have an experience that you want to share with me, I'm also, I thought this would be fun. So who is up for a live coaching experience? So if you're up to the challenge and ready to expand and be vulnerable, comment coach, and I'll send you a link to go live here But you have to be able to show up. So part of, as they say, being asleep and not waking up is part of our ancestral wounding, meaning we like to hide. We don't want people to see us because we don't even see us, if that makes sense. We don't even see, and maybe we don't even love ourselves to fully show up. I mean, I am speaking from, my worthiness issues, and it's taken many, many, many years to clear and to heal. Plus, it also takes a lot of courage to really step into your sovereignty and speak your truth, and not being attached to anyone that feels triggered, or anyone that comes forward and says, that's not right, you're wrong, and tries to cause separation and trying to get a reaction out of you as well. We have definitely upgraded to the point where we're seeing that and we're like, no, not today. No, I see you. I may not say anything. That's part of the observer. But, if, like they say, do no harm, but take no shit. And yes, I do swear occasionally. So if anyone didn't like that, what can I say? I'm just being me. So, because for many years, and I'm sure there's people out here that listen and watch the show that have felt that they were not authentic, that they had to fit in, that they didn't want to rock the boat. Well, there's going to be a lot of boats rocking. That's all I have to say. And maybe we're just floating in the water, right? Enjoying the view as we go. Oh, look at these folks. You guys are amazing. Hi, Sarah. So nice to see you. And she's just saying, it's been a strange few months for me, but these last few days, wow, energy's so low. Yeah. See, it's like really, really high, and then it can be really, really low. Depending on where you are. And I don't want to put anybody on levels or, I'm rising, and because we get attached to that, like, oh, I'm on level, 11. And so I'm like, because it reminds me of, I'm more enlightened and spiritual than you are. And it's like, oh man, no, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, look at this. We got Karath stepping forward for coaching. We got Tanya stepping forward for coaching. Wow, Patty. She is on day 7 of her alcoholic recovery. Oh my God. I wish I had an applause. The little cheering. Yay. Teddy is like amazing. This teddy bear is my son's teddy bear. So it is 22, almost 23 years old, maybe a little bit older. So, anyways, hello. And I wish I knew Japanese. And you are a dude from Japan. Well, hello. Thank you for joining us. Please let us know what your name is. That would be amazing because I cannot read, but I do have a friend in Japan as well. So yeah, and everyone's saying, wow, Patty, a huge accomplishment. You're amazing. Everyone is just sending you so much love, so much love. Okay. So Tanya, I am going to copy this to the clipboard and I'm going to see how this works. I'm going to bring you on. And here is the link. It will be in the comments with your name attached to it. So if you click that link, that should bring you in. And we all have to authenticate on Facebook and YouTube. Them's are the rules, as they say. So yeah, look at that. And Patty's just saying, thank you so much. And while we wait for Tanya to come on, let me know if you have any other questions, asking me anything, maybe about the summer, maybe about the fall. Working on the July energy update as well. That's coming up. So, if you're new and you have not watched the June energy update, go back on YouTube, have a look. There's a power animal that goes with June as well. Pretty cute. Love animals. There's also an affirmation that had come in while I was tuning in as well. So, these are things that are fun, because really we need to have more fun in our lives. It seems like everything is either, so serious or so crazy or just hard to believe. It's unbelievable, as they would say. So yeah, here, Tanya, I've got your link here, and it looks like she's trying. Oh, look at that. I see her. I see you, Tanya. You're in the background there. Just give me a sec and I'll bring you on. You're funny because my username translates to corrupted psychological retaliation. That's very creative. I know. That is very creative. I kind of had an idea that you were an interesting fellow. I just heard, a glitch in the matrix, as they would say, right? I see you shaking things up. I see you. It's all good. And I do see you, Sarah. Just give me a sec. I'm going to bring Tanya on. Hi.
Hello.
Now, you don't have any, I can't hear you though, for some reason.
Uh-oh.
Do you have headphones?
I do. Can you hear me okay? No?
Okay.
Let's see.
Try this. Okay, go ahead. I can hear you now. Yep.
You can hear me now? Okay.
I can hear you. Yay. It was so nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
Finally. Spirit just said, you know what, because the guest that I had canceled couldn't make it. I'm like, we're just going to go with it. So this is what we're doing.
Yes.
So how, normally when I meet, I'd like to have a 15-minute free coaching or intuitive call. I always ask, what's on your heart today? And how may I help you?
Everything feels heavy. The world is ready to open up. And I feel like I am not ready for it. I'm more ready to be in the background, hiding and still waiting and still hearing the quiet and being still. And it still feels like the world is ready to go. And for some reason, I feel like it's kind of funny because I'm looking for the purpose. And I know my purpose is to sing and to share like all the music and everything else, but it just feels in a lot of ways that there's so much pressure at the same time because the world is ready to go, and I'm like, well, where do I fit in right now? It's kind of like you feel like right in the middle, and in a lot of ways I want to be ready to go. I want to be able to do all the stuff, but then in other parts it just feels like I'm holding myself back because energy wise it's just not there. Also dealing with stage fright, I was doing very, very good at it, and I was getting over it and pushing through it, and the more I did it, the better I was getting at it. And now it feels like the stage fright's coming back up again. It's like, oh, people are gonna see me, people are gonna hear me, figuring out the message that I want to share and say, which I did find out the other day that with my music I want to be able to show other women and children that children as girls that anything you set your mind to, you can make it happen. Yes, there's work to be done, but I also find that a lot of that work is inner work. And I've noticed this past 2 years, because it really has felt like the past 2 years, it's been a lot of inner work done for myself just to get to the next level. But like I said, everybody's ready to go, and I'm just, I feel like I'm pushing back in a lot of ways. And I'm obviously figuring out what is holding me back. Because it feels like 3 of my 5 gates are completely open, and there's 2 that are really closed. And I'm constantly asking myself what work needs to be done for those other 2 gates to be open so I can completely, fully be authentic and move forward instead of holding myself back. If that makes sense.
It absolutely does. You're authentic already because you showed up here today. You give yourself some credit for being very courageous and letting everybody listen to your story and see you, who Tanya is as a beautiful soul. And I see a lot of yellow around you, a yellow aura, like a lot of light, a lot of sunshine. Yeah, and authenticity. It's an inside job, inner, out. Are you working on a song that has something to do with that? Like the inner workings, the inside out. Really, you must be working with women, with young girls as well, young adolescents. And I'm
working with, 2 women right now and writing songs. Yeah.
Okay. So that I see that as a triangle, and that the pyramid and sacred geometry, you must have an Egyptian past life as well that I'm bringing this up. This is sacred. And the point is the three of you getting together, you're creating something that has no timeline and that there is no rush to do. The only rush is here. And you are ready. You are ready. You can start teasing and sending teasers out to people. Yeah, and I understand the stage fright because you got into like it was part of the wheel, like it was going, and then all of a sudden, urge, like, no, can't do that right now. Have you thought of maybe taking it on this? Like, I know you've got the RV, but taking it on the street, backyard, like that type of vibe in the park, something small. Have you thought of starting that way first? Kind of like training wheels in a way. Don't know why I want to say training wheels, but
like taking it into smaller venues.
Yeah, smaller, more intimate,
and thinking backyard.
Yeah, and really, it is about definitely. Your video is cutting a little bit, so I'm not sure what that's about, but that's okay. So it's kind of choppy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, if you want, I'll send you a link and we can have a one-on-one discussion because I'd like to continue this. So, but I thank you for being here. And yeah, I appreciate everything you're doing in the world. It's just the video. For me, I can't really hear what's going on, and sometimes that happens. So it's all good. So I guess if anybody else is going to come on for the future, you got to be hardwired in because StreamYard uses tremendous juice, internet juice. So if it's Wi-Fi, it can be choppy. So I always hardwire as much as I can. So, all right. Let's see. And, oh, hello. Your real name is Karashi Masaru. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. And it is 7 a.m. in Japan. That is true. My good friend that was on, who was teaching on Christ Consciousness Summit that we had a couple weeks ago, which is still on YouTube, by the way, if you didn't catch it. Yeah, she had to get up at 4 a.m. to be to be on. So yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So yeah, so just let me know. I think I've got Patty's saying she's excited for the Lionsgate. That's right. The Lionsgate 8. That's coming up as well. Sarah Jane is just asking anything on her aura. Well, I would ask, do you know who, I always ask, do you work with colors? Do you know who Edgar Cayce is? Any type of chakra work. Because the aura is so many different layers of who you are. It's your physical, your emotional, your mental, your spiritual, and then you've got your auric and your etheric. So again, there's so many multiple layers. I'm hearing a lot of grounding. Are we getting grounded in every day in everything we're doing? And the easiest way to access that is outside. or you walk barefoot as much as possible, if that's possible. Because I had watched a documentary about earthing and how we become very disconnected, literally by the soles of our shoes. The rubber that's on the shoe disconnects us from the natural tones and tonality of Mother Earth. I get that there might be some kind of an attachment, or there's someone's energy that kind of interferes with your energy. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm asking if you're protecting yourself, if you're going through your chakras, if you're grounding on a daily basis, and making sure that you're set up to whatever room, whatever place you're walking into is a full expression of who you are. So it's expanded and not contracted. Because contracting means something's off. You don't feel safe. You can feel everybody's stuff, which is what I'm tuning into. So definitely highly sensitive, empath, and psychic. So I don't know if any of that resonates with you, but I do see a green energy around you, a green aura, a lot of green. There's a bit of blue. And yeah, thank you for asking. I hope that that resonates with you. Yeah, and Karath is just saying we're the bouncing ball. Levels are a collective journey. Resonate with your world first. Definitely, you, as they say, we set the tone. We absolutely do. And it starts with our vibration. And baby steps, and feel the comfort and be open to the flow. Absolutely. And Sarah's just saying that's what's happening to her. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're all tapped into that collective. Many times we'll think, oh, that's not me, or oh, that there must be something else going on. And we absolutely need to work on our intuition more. Trusting it. And speaking of that, I have just recorded, and it'll be out on Sunday, the third eye chakra, as I'm doing a 7 energies series about the third eye. So I'm going to go over everything about your intuitive self, your knowings, and how to strengthen that center of yours, because it's about trusting, your intuition, and not going, oh, darn, I knew that, and yet I did not follow it. So the more that you can really sit and know who you are and allow the messages to come in, whether you're seeing them, hearing them, feeling them, knowing them, smelling them, tasting them. Those are all of your clairs that come on board. All right. So we'll see if there's any other questions. Even my sister's pregnancy signs or feelings also. Okay. So you're taking on, okay. So you're definitely got all your feelers out. So that is an amazing thing. Once you learn how to master it, meaning you practice it and then you pull back a little bit, and then you practice a little more and you pull back, and then you strengthen, who you are. And again, it's through practice, rinse, repeat. And I do this every day. I prepare myself, through meditation. And meditation is not just sitting and, meditating for an hour in a lotus position. That is not that. We all know that's old thinking, old paradigm. But if that's what you do, then you go for it. As Alberto would say, a meditation is anytime I am mindful of myself in any moment of my being. And I'm like, that is profound. Okay. Because when I go out in nature every day, that is my meditation. When I wash a dish, You know, I'm thinking of Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. It's a meditation. It is. It's whatever works for you, and then and keep repeating it and do it every day. Dream journals, gratitude. You know, definitely the diet piece. What are you feeding your body? What are you feeding your mind? What are you digesting? What is not digestible? Having boundaries, self-care, self-love, healing, all of it. Waking up, staying awake, even in between, that in between world where you're like, I don't know if I want to keep going spiritually. It's a tough go, because, you know, the other stuff was easy and comfortable. So you can either shrink or you can grow. And I choose, it's a choice. I choose to grow. I choose to grow. You tried. Okay. There's also clearing of your chakras, opening them, closing them, prayers, protection, smudging. Do you have a place, a sanctuary in your home or space that you go to that is set up with beautiful things like behind me? This is my bedroom. This is my sanctuary. It has everything I love that inspires me, that lets me know, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing today. This is who I am. This encompasses all of me that I love. Because finding those spaces can be a crazy world, will bring you back to center and 0 point. Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, she's saying, I see what you mean. You're welcome. Oh, you've been watching Cobra Kai on Netflix? Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. Some of it's a little intense, but it's nice to kind of see, you know, how they really integrated the older Karate Kid, like the movies, into the show. So it's interesting. Sarah's just saying it's overwhelming, gone from knowing things from years, months to weeks to not nowhere getting. Yeah. And some days you feel like a total beginner, but you know what? We are all students of the universe. We have to have the beginner's mind. There is no way. I mean, you could try and know it all, but it's impossible. I mean, depending on how many lifetimes you've had. So we really want to master why we're here and do it really well. And that means learning, going, wow, that's cool. I really like that. Have a curiosity of a child and go towards it. And learn as much as you can and have fun with it. And then on to the next. But be very careful. Do not sign up for 10 courses and not take them. Or try to be, just have all these things that are very much distractions, and focus on what really lifts and inspires you up. Like when I first started, mediumship, super. Went on to Reiki, wonderful. Went on to Christ consciousness and a chaplain, and now I know that's where my walk is, and it really is just bringing me back to the healer. We are all healers. So once we do the healing work, we can pass it on to others. And that's why we're here. We are clearing. We are not our mother and our father's story. We are not that story. We are not the intergenerational trauma either. We are stepping into a new world, a new earth, into a new being. And that's what we're mastering, is this Buddha, inner Zen, inner 0 point, where nothing can pull me off here in this extreme and nothing can pull me off here in that extreme. Sure, we might trip and fall and oops, forgive ourselves, love ourselves, and then get back on the path. It's very narrow, kind of takes you off wherever, into whatever, but you always end up back on that path. And every step is a trust in your soul, your purpose, who you are. trusting and knowing and surrender. And that's it. Okay, now I felt like I went on a little bit of a rant here. Yeah, lots of love to you. Universal hug to you, Karath. Get some sleep. 1 a.m. My goodness. I'm lucky if I can stay up till 10 o'clock. So now this attachment, depending on where you are in your journey, can be seen as negative. However, anytime we feel triggered, and I'm speaking from experience, or I look at someone and I'm just like, I don't like them, or there's something, it is a clear reflection about something I do not like about myself and or that needs to be healed. And that's it. And if you're an empath, you naturally attract those types of people until you figure out, and you know your body, mind, and soul, that nothing outside of you can touch you or attack you, or that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but it's really good to set up some boundaries. Set up some boundaries. And watch how they react to the boundaries too. That's important. Intentionally been put there, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, absolutely. I do know what you mean. Marsha is saying, thank you for the reminder of taking our time, listening, absorbing, and not overdoing. Yeah, taking our time. There is no race. There is no, that is the societal script that has been shoved down our throat and ingrained into our minds and bodies, like we've been programmed, and you must do it this way. It must be that way. And I read stories sometimes and I'm like, scientific evidence is now proved. And I'm like, I'm going to spit out my water. I'm like, what? So Carolyn Miss had said, it's amazing that science is now just catching up to what the mystics have known for millennia, for thousands of years. So don't get me started. Don't get me started. Oh my gosh. This conversation is just going a whole different way. I'm sending lots of love to you, Sarah Jane. And blessings to you, Sonia. So nice to see you. We had you on last week. It was so nice to have you. Hope you're doing well. And Patty's asking, oh yeah, the 3D to 5D talk. Here we go. Oh man, you know what? Like 2 years ago, I was like, oh yeah, those are 3D people. That's a 3D world. And now I'm channeling Madonna here, and I'm a 5D non-material girl. I can't believe I just said that. But anyways, it just came through. Yeah, Teddy agrees. That was crazy. No, there are no levels. Like last year, I did a 5D summit. That was just kind of the narrative that was out there, but there were no levels. You can connect to Source, Universe, Christ Consciousness, God, Mickey Mouse, if you want to call it that, at any time. That is available. There are no levels. There is no test. The only test is by your example. So living in unconditional love, forgiveness of self and others, and knowing that you are a beautiful child of God, no matter what has happened to you, because that is not who you are anymore. We have forgotten that we were born perfect. So I see the 3D, 5D, and I'm not saying you're bad, it's bad, or, not that. But if that's what you believe, please keep continuing to seek and be the finder. Be the finder, right? Be the finder, and just know your own truth through your own healing and your own journey. But I don't like it when they try to cause separation. Well, you have to, if you don't believe in this, then you're that. Or if you don't read the Bible and you don't know it word for word, then you're not a Christian. That kind of garbage? No more of that. That's what I'm saying. And there is no skipping anything, because it will come back around. Anything that is not healed will come back around. It's a loop. And you can call it a karmic loop if you want. We just want all of that to be healed in this lifetime. And I guess that's why I'm so darn passionate about what I do and trying to help others. But I don't want to be preachy. That's important too. Because I learned you cannot be on a soapbox and preach to others that cannot receive that message because they are not where you are in their journey. Does that make sense? And Sarah Jane's just saying, oh yes, I don't know. I don't like to be around a lot of people, feel uneasy. Okay. So yeah, you're picking up their stuff, right? So that goes with really working on your chakras, your healing, your aura, your vibe, and really connecting with yourself through intuitive development, which is a class I teach, and through a mentorship as well. But it's just practice. And then after a while, it's like you place a beautiful rose in between this person and you're saying, you can have this beautiful rose. It's full of unconditional love and it's going to be sent back to me. So it's almost like there is no buffer anymore. You are just radiating out your love. Even though you might feel something, you have to say, forgive them. They don't know. They don't know any better. She says a lot has been cut out of her life for good. There you go. Yeah, absolutely. And there will be more of that as you are healing and toward in your journey. People, places, things will fall away naturally. And it might be a little sad, but it happens for a reason. Because when it's like, I don't want to compare it to levels, but it's the same thing. It's just, you're ready for the next step. And they may not be ready. So I'm not saying you have to abandon them, but it just disappears. And if they're really meant to be in your life, or whatever is meant to be in your life will come back around. She's laughing. Thanks for the information. I'm so happy that you enjoy it. And it, go back. I got lots of videos that talk about intuitive development and if you're an empath and boundaries and protection and all of that. So lots of love to you, Patty. Yeah, Sadhna, forgiveness is the key to happiness. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And Patty's just saying, define a Christian. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. People are like seasons. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, they can be. Seasons are reasons. And what's the lesson? What's the lesson? I mean, really, depression is living in the past and anxiety is living in the future. So we want to be present in this now moment. And we're having lots of them, right? So, wow, guys, I had an amazing time. Thank you for asking me questions. Let me know. I'd love to do this again, to have that live coaching experience. Let me know. That would be a lot of fun. And I just have a few little things that are coming up, guys. June 24th, we have a full moon ritual readings and healings. We're having a full moon party, and it's a strawberry moon. And it's in Capricorn. And I'm a Cappy, so this should be interesting. We're going to have, meditations. We're going to smudge and cleanse and purge, and we're just going to let go. And there might be a few cards and some special stuff, some fairy dust and all that good stuff. So yeah, check that out as well every Saturday. If you're looking for a safe space for empaths, try and say that fast 10 times. A safe space for empaths. Saturdays, 10 a.m. Pacific. It is free. It is on Zoom. If you want the link for that, comment soul. If you want the link for the full moon ritual, comment full moon or go to my Facebook page. The event link is there as well. And last but not least, guys and gals, and it is Messages of Love. It is a group mediumship reading. And I don't have the date on this. So what's going on here? It is June. There we go. I've got it. June 27th at 7 p.m. Pacific. Comment love to get the link. Comment love to get the link. And there is a small charge for this because it is a group event. It is $11, and I'm limiting the group to 20. So, and if we get 10 or 11, that would be amazing and perfect. So, yeah. So if you're looking for messages from your angels, your guides, and your loved ones, and your animals, your pets, then please join me. It's going to be a lot of fun, and then I'm going to be taking it on the road and in person. So I can't wait for that because I really miss, being in the park and being with people and just, feeling that energy. It's a different energy. So, all right, guys. Oh, look at that. Full moon in Soul. Wonderful. And love from Marcia. You're welcome. Yeah, I can't wait till the next full moon party. Me too. All right, guys. Well, I'm sending you lots of love. Stay safe. Have fun. Get out there. Enjoy the summer while you can in the sun. Get in the water. Let go. Swing in the hammock. Whatever it is. Enjoy and have fun. And I'm sending you lots of love. Take care. And please remember, like my shirt says, healing begins where the ego ends. Take care.